Hi there. Today we're going to compare traditional and online learning models in the context of the biology classroom. We're going to look at some similarities, differences, advantages, and disadvantages of each, and how adult learning theories play a role in both. And I'm going to share some tips on how to effectively present biology instruction in both environments to make sure we have successful learning outcomes. So let's get started. We have the traditional learning model, which is the in-person brick and mortar classroom. And then we have the online model, which is more of an asynchronous environment where it can be from really anywhere and you're just going to use an online platform. Yay! So let's look at the similarities between both of them, and specifically we're going to look at learning outcomes. So both models aim to achieve the same learning outcomes. Whether you're learning biology in a physical classroom or online, the ultimate goal is the same. Understanding key biological concepts like cell structure, genetics, or ecology. Both models can help students master these topics and prepare for assessments. And they both require active engagement. So whether you're in person or online, students need to actively participate in their learning. This could be through in-class experiments or online discussions about topics like human biology or ecosystems. Active engagement really helps deepen the understanding and reinforce biological concepts. So now let's look at some differences. In the learning environment, in a traditional biology classroom, students can conduct experiments, view specimens, and engage in a variety of hands-on activities like dissections. In online biology courses, students interact with more virtual labs and simulations instead of the physical experiments, which may impact their ability to physically engage with the material. And the time and flexibility is different. In traditional learning, it has fixed class times and schedules, so it makes it harder for adult learners or students with busy lives in general to find time for their classes. But online learning, however, offers flexibility, allowing students to access materials, videos, and quizzes whenever they're available, and it makes it easier to manage their time. Traditional learning. An advantage that we're going to talk about is the hands-on learning and immediate feedback. In the traditional classroom, when you're doing those experiments, then you get real-time feedback from the instructors and they can answer questions quickly. And this is really important for more complex biological processes that can be a little bit harder to understand. And it's a more structured learning environment, so they provide a set schedule, clear timelines for assignments, and direct interaction with the instructors. So this is more helpful for students who really thrive in a more organized and supervised setting. Now for the disadvantages, there's limited accessibility and inflexibility sometimes. Not all students have easy access to in-person classes, especially those that are kind of far away from a brick and mortar classroom or people with time constraints. So biology students with busy schedules, or maybe they live in a more rural area, may find it difficult to attend regular class sessions due to work or family commitments, or just travel in general. And there's also limited resource availability. In some traditional classrooms, access to resources like more advanced lab equipment or specimens may be restricted, and this can limit the depth of learning, especially for complex biological topics like genetics or molecular biology. So now we're going to talk about our online learning. And an advantage of online learning is the flexibility and access to resources. Online biology students can learn at their own pace. They can access virtual labs, educational videos, and articles 24/7, which is especially helpful for topics that require repetition or deeper exploration. So if you need to rewatch a video or reread something on your own time, you can do that more accessibly and easily in an online learning environment. You also have more diverse learning materials. Online learning provides access to a wide range of digital content, and some of them are even included in the online platform that you're going to be using, such as animations like you could use for DNA replication or interactive quizzes that may not be available in a traditional setting. Now, some disadvantages is that lack of hands-on experience. So online students can miss out on the tactile experience of handling some biology specimens or lab equipment, which can be a hindrance to understanding some of the processes. And if you're more of a hands-on learner, then this could also be more of a disadvantage for you. So virtual labs can be useful, but they don't really fully replace the experience of real-world experiments. And also, online learning requires self-discipline and time management. So without that in-person structure and accountability, students in online courses need to be self-motivated and keep up with the content on their own. Some may struggle with procrastination or time management, can be me, especially in a subject like biology that can require a good amount of work. So, how do adult learning theories like andragogy apply to both models? Andragogy focuses on the idea that adult learners are self-directed and motivated by real-life goals. So let's break it down. In traditional learning, adult learners can benefit from structured hands-on experiences and labs and different direct interactions with instructors. But to stay engaged, they have to see how these biology concepts that we would be discussing apply to their personal or professional lives. And in online learning, adults have to have the flexibility to learn at their own pace, which allows them to fit biology lessons into their busy schedules. However, they need clear goals and self-discipline to stay motivated and avoid falling back in their studies. So finally, how can we effectively present biology instruction in both traditional and online learning environments to produce a similar outcome of understanding? So we can use active learning strategies. So whether this is in the classroom or online, we can incorporate active learning strategies like problem solving and the use of case studies. For instance, in a traditional setting, you could have students work in groups to analyze a real-world environmental issue. And in an online course, you might use an interactive quiz or a group discussion on the same topic. And our goal is to really stimulate that critical thinking piece. And also to provide regular feedback. Feedback is really essential in both environments. In a classroom, this could be immediate responses during lab work or through written exams. And online, you can provide feedback through digital quizzes or detailed comments on discussion posts and assignments. Thank you for watching and listening. And here are some references that we used today. And you may applaud.